think he'll change. He is committed to his own level of service, and that will remain true.
So it did seem a little bit strange that somehow the rules were being changed, or that I was being guided on a very different path.
Prince Harry is in real trouble. Long-buried secrets are suddenly resurfacing, and this time, the fallout may be impossible to contain. While the palace has moved cautiously behind the scenes, a few carefully chosen words from Princess Anne have poured fuel on an already raging fire. What was meant to be a routine visit to the UK quickly spiraled into a full-blown controversy no one saw coming. So what exactly did Princess Anne say? And how does a shadowy Saudi dossier factor into a scandal that reportedly reduced the Duke of Sussex to bitter tears? Join us as we unveil the Saudi dossier that left Prince Harry in bitter tears. The Saudi dossier. Prince Harry started 2026 in London's High Court, giving evidence in his privacy lawsuit against the Daily Mail. After the trial, he returned to the United States, where he and his family have lived since 2020. But little did he know that trouble was quietly waiting. Almost immediately, a storm broke online. There were videos, posts, and endless threads claiming that Harry was embroiled in a separate legal battle with the UK Home Office over his downgraded security status, a fallout from stepping back from royal duties. Then came the most shocking one yet. Princess Anne, the Duke's formidable aunt, allegedly confirmed the existence of a Saudi dossier tied to Harry's security. Social media erupted, speculation grew out of control, and royal watchers scrambled to decode what this could mean. A secret document, a senior royal, and a story that feels like it was ripped from the pages of a palace thriller. Curiosity has never been so irresistible. According to the viral posts, the dossier in question contains information so sensitive that it has remained hidden behind closed doors, guarded by the monarchy itself for obvious reasons. From the palace insiders, it is clear that it could involve matters of international concern, security arrangements, or connections that go beyond the usual royal correspondence. Royal watchers speculate that every detail is controlled so tightly that passing through the eye of a needle would be easier than the public vetting of the full content, even though no one would ordinarily bother with such information. The confirmation by Princess Anne was seen as the first hint that the rumors circulating for years might hold more weight than previously imagined. The public did not disappoint. Their reaction was immediate and intense. Some expressed shock in their posts, imagining a shadowy network of documents detailing threats, precautions, and perhaps even internal disputes over how Harry's security was handled after he stepped back from royal duties. Others interpreted it as yet another example of the pressures and scrutiny that have followed Harry since his departure from official royal life. For many, the mere idea of a Saudi dossier generated images of international diplomacy and palace politics colliding in ways only a few outside the inner circle could ever fully understand. Royal commentators and enthusiasts immediately began to scrutinize every word, every gesture, and every offhand comment attributed to Princess Anne. Her reputation for blunt honesty and no-nonsense attitude made the rumor feel plausible, even if no direct evidence existed. If she had indeed acknowledged such a document, even subtly, it would carry enormous weight, an acknowledgement from a senior royal who rarely speaks without intention. But what about the prince himself? For Harry, the notion of a dossier tied to his security simply reminds him of the challenges he faces as a royal who has become a private citizen. Ever since he stepped back from official duties, his life has been a careful balancing act. He's been safeguarding himself and his family, navigating the wild, almost ridiculous speculation of the media, and managing public perception. As it stands, the Saudi dossier, real or imagined, has become a symbol of everything that makes his position even more complex and precarious. Now it matters little whether the dossier exists or remains a rumor. Its circulation has already reshaped what is obtainable about Prince Harry and his family. It shows the public fascination with the royal family's private life, the power of perception in this age where everything goes online in the blink of an eye. And let's not forget that the allure of a story that has to do with international intrigue and the personal security of a prince is more than inviting. The public would not stop digging for information about this very matter. That's a fact, because the question of what the dossier really contains is yet to be answered. But that also leaves a question. Why was Anne's word taken so seriously? What's her role in royal life that makes her so respected? Princess Anne recently marked her 75th birthday late last year. She has a nickname that she has continued to live up to, the hardest working royal. Frankly, anyone who has the slightest interest in palace gossip and knows Anne would agree that the name fits perfectly. Since the passing of her mother, Queen Elizabeth II, and accession of Charles III, much has changed for the royal family in the 3 years, but the Princess Royal shows no signs of winding down. If anything, she's working even harder than usual. Why? Well, the palace needs someone who can see through an unbiased lens. With her pedigree, coupled with the fact that she's the backbone of her brother, the king, it would come as a surprise that the princess's words are taken lightly. Princess Anne is widely known for standing her ground and taking on things others wouldn't dare. She is the direct opposite of Charles, which is probably why she handles external matters. So Prince Harry's Saudi dossier, being a matter of international concern, falls squarely within her scope of operations. So it's no wonder that her words carry so much weight in the matter. There are more challenges for Harry, but what led the prince to this point? Harry's breaking point. Prince Harry reached a breaking point long ago, and even though he's been trying to show the glitz and glamour of someone related to the British monarchy, it's quite obvious that his ties with the royal family have hit rock bottom, with insiders even boldly claiming that neither King Charles nor other senior royals trust him or his wife, Meghan Markle. A close source cited by the news outlet Page 6 stated that no one genuinely trusts Harry and his wife, Meghan Markle. And that's the bottom line. The royal family has major trust issues with him, and even if there's room to forgive, they won't forget. The growing estrangement was made even clearer after King Charles allegedly refused to meet Harry during his visit to the UK in April for the Invictus Games' 10th anniversary. Harry messaged Charles, and he never heard back. According to the source, he just wanted to talk to his dad about security stuff, but his dad wouldn't speak to him. As mentioned, the Duke recently lost a Court of Appeal challenge over the UK government's decision to strip him of publicly funded security. Reacting to the ruling, Harry said in an interview given to BBC News that he can't see a world in which he would bring Meghan and their children, Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet, back to Britain. Calling his father by name, he added that Charles wouldn't speak to him because of the security stuff. He further stated that there have been so many disagreements between himself and some of his family. The Duke's remarks about King Charles's health also stirred outrage.
Yesterday, the British monarch gave a rare update on national television about his cancer journey since being diagnosed in February of 2024.
Speaking to the BBC, he said he didn't know how much longer his father has to live. Royal biographer Hugo Vickers was quoted by Page 6 as saying, "It was disgraceful to talk about Charles's health that way. How does he know anything about it if he's not talking to him?" According to Vickers, Harry's actions echoed past royal missteps, and Charles is, of course, right not to trust him. Harry is hopeless in that respect. He also criticized Harry for airing family matters publicly, saying, "Enough with the me complaints. The king has got enough on his plate." To add further fuel to the fire, Harry's BBC interview also included hints at a darker conspiracy, suggesting unnamed individuals may want history to repeat itself. History, in this sense, is a reference to Princess Diana's death.
We have reports from Paris that Diana, Princess of Wales, has been killed in a car accident.
Harry said that through the disclosure process, he'd discovered that some people would do anything to make sure the past happens again, which is pretty dark. When pressed to name those involved, he simply replied that he would not share those details at that time. According to him, he knows all the names of the people who were involved in the process. He also claimed the royal family conspired with foreign governments to leave his family vulnerable, stating that not only did they decide to remove his security, but they also signaled to every single government around the world not to protect them. Critics have accused Harry of using the security issue as a justification to stay away from future royal events, including potential funerals. In Vickers' opinion, Harry should be begging his father for forgiveness, and it should be done quietly, not on TV. But he won't. Because he's so stupid, he's basically blown it. Now, with the matter of the dossier and the estrangement that keeps growing, it can be said that Harry may have reached a point of no return. Speaking of a point of no return, what exactly is happening with Harry and Meghan's relationship? War at home and abroad. The Sussexes are reportedly currently at war over crisis PR strategies after Senta Bale was plagued by race and bullying allegations. The headline detailing this reads, "Elusive Prince Harry and Meghan Markle at war over PR strategies as Duke's charity is buried in a race and bullying scandal." An insider revealed to the outlet that Harry and Meghan feel like there's a coordinated effort to destroy them, and the worst part is that it's now tearing them apart. After the paparazzi captured her celebrating her 44th birthday, a few weeks ago with close friends, the Duchess of Sussex has found herself caught in fresh bullying allegations that have sparked huge tensions between the couple over how to manage the fallout. Basically, they don't know what to do. The article suggests that sources close to Dr. Sophie Chandauka and Senta Bale, who have accused Meghan of bad behavior in the media, have wreaked havoc on the Sussex household. As it stands, they just can't seem to get a break. It's crisis after crisis for them at the moment, and it's causing huge arguments. They would blow up at each other for sparking a crisis, then also argue about the best way to handle the fallout and PR that goes with them. From the looks of it, things aren't going well at all. It's not like anyone enjoys being caught up in so much heat all the time, but every time they try to move forward, something pulls them right back. For instance, Harry was determined to rebuild their public image, but the moment the bullying accusations within his charity resurfaced, it felt like they were back at square one. The report states that Prince Harry feels like he's caught in an endless wave of negative publicity, while Meghan is angry about the state of their brand. The results from the August 2025 YouGov's Royal Family Favorability Tracker show sharp contrasts in public opinion towards the royals. It came as no surprise that Prince William leads the pack with a 74% approval rating, closely followed by his wife, Catherine, Princess of Wales, at 71%, and Princess Anne at 70%. In a sharp contrast, Prince Harry is viewed positively by only 28% of respondents, while Meghan Markle fares even worse at a miserable 20%, ranking only slightly ahead of the estranged Prince Andrew. Regarding their PR wars, a source shared that they have different ways of handling the optics of their scandals. Meghan, for one, always wants to fight aggressively. She's quite passionate about defending herself and correcting the narrative that puts her in a bad light, while Harry prefers to take a more careful approach. She reacts by going on the offensive, but he just wishes the whole thing would stop and somehow disappear. This alone is a problem, because while he's patiently waiting for the scandal to die down, his wife somehow adds fuel to the fire by confronting him head-on. It was as far back as July of 2023 that Radar Online started to document tensions within the Sussex compound. They originally reported that Harry and Meghan were taking time apart to heal from all the tension that their steeping down caused and to regain their public image while they rebuild their bond. According to a source, they were trying to figure out what hit them. Harry doesn't fit into Meghan's tacky Tinseltown world, and he's hoping to find himself. Around the same time, another outlet, Heat magazine, reported after a disastrous few months for the couple that Meghan was feeling frustrated at her fall from grace, and Harry simply found himself in her firing line. Although friends of the Sussexes have also reported that the rumors weren't true, Meghan was suspiciously absent throughout Prince Harry's promotion for his book, Spare. He reported that Meghan can now see that, whether it's fair or not, they are being viewed as these professional whiners. And it's not as simple as her distancing herself because she has to be seen as fully supportive of Harry, which is so ironic to think of now, having seen how much she's abandoned Harry throughout the Sentebale process. According to a lot of commentators, she's now regretting that she wasn't more hands-on or involved when he was putting his book together. Sources told Heat magazine at the time that the Sussexes' professional failures are something that caused drama inside the home. And this was after Rolling Stone magazine wrote a piece titled "Meghan Markle and Prince Harry are in their flop era." It was reported that Prince Harry was mortified by the blowback of their projects and is insisting he won't tolerate another show business disaster. A source reported that Hollywood is glam and glitz on the outside, but the real stars have worked hard for their success, insinuating that Meghan's success comes through her marriage. The insider explained that if the public doesn't like a person, they won't get behind them, and no amount of money they throw at the problem will make it go away. Everyone understands what this is hinting at. Just as Harry himself has, his marriage has reached a breaking point. What would become of it? Marriage on the brink of collapse. The speculation about the strain on Meghan and Harry's marriage has been hinted at by many sources. One source revealed that the hits keep coming for the Sussexes, which is absolutely true when one considers the fact that they've been on the pages of different magazines for various negative reasons. One time, a headline read, "Harry and Meghan divorce rumors reach fever pitch as insiders admit Duke and Duchess of Sussex are leading very separate lives and will continue to do so." In the past, Harry and Meghan were known for their joint efforts in promoting charitable causes through their foundation, Archewell. However, a significant amount of Prince Harry's 2024 and 2025 trips saw him flying solo. The Duke spent his 40th birthday away from his wife, hiking with his friends. Near the end of 2024, Harry appeared at 10 engagements within 2 weeks, all without Meghan by his side. And he went on this quasi-royal tour across 3 locations: New York, London, and Lesotho, still without Meghan Markle. Now it seems Harry and Meghan are going to live separate lives and have a blueprint for doing so. It would now seem that Harry and Meghan are still focused on moving forward as a unit, but will undertake more solo engagements to shine a light on their own interests. Speaking of their professional separation, when Harry returned to California, a debrief followed, detailing his travels. There was a lot to discuss, so the team had been summoned for a meeting. The success of Harry's solo endeavors have shown that a new strategy might be needed. But according to Radar Online, there's a warning that it's deeper than the professional separation that Meghan solidified throughout 2025 with the launches of With Love. Meghan and Confessions of a Female Founder, Prince Harry is really nowhere to be seen. An insider reported to Radar that the couple had been drifting apart for a while, with Harry's desire to return to the UK where his old drinking buddies are, and his hope to return to the very comfortable fold of the royal family puts a real strain on their marriage. One source says that he has hated their bids for stardom with Netflix and Spotify getting pulled and then ending up ridiculed, and he's starting to miss England. He used to love going to the pub and playing sports with his pals. And the life Meghan wants to lead in LA couldn't be further away from that, and would seem alien to any blue-blooded Englishman, as it's all juicing and yoga. His plans to pursue his own activities and tours away from Meghan are the first sign that they are effectively on a trial separation while they work this out. Remember Hugo Vickers? He also contributed to the conversation in an article titled "Ruthless Meghan Markle," set to give henpecked husband Harry the chop after she butchered ties with dad and royal family before asking her closest friends. If anyone is wondering what henpecked means, it means continually criticized and given orders by one's wife or a female partner. In Vickers' words, as the rumors explode, the pair have secretly separated. People usually act in character, and they usually act in form. And Meghan's form is quite scary. She has dumped so many people in her life. Her father, her first husband, her Canadian chef lover Jessica. She has even dumped the entire British royal family. So who's going to be the next on the line? Prince Harry, maybe? And there may come a time when she will think that she doesn't need him. Fans are worried that if Prince Harry and Meghan Markle ever get divorced, Meghan might use her media influence, like the way she's done tell-all interviews in the past, to portray herself as the victim and make Harry look bad. Hugo Vickers is predicting that Meghan could frame Harry as the one at fault, which would allow her to tell the story publicly from her perspective and gain sympathy, while Harry would be criticized or blamed. And anyone who knows Meghan knows she never admits that she is wrong about anything. But that leaves people feeling sorry for Prince Harry, because he's in a very difficult place at the moment. He has been for some time. No one believes that her projects have done him any good. It's obvious that Harry is struggling. But what does the king have to say about all these? The palace response. Despite Harry's claims that the king was ready to make peace with the family, the king has remained silent. The two haven't spoken in a long time, and Harry says the main issue remains the disagreement over his security when he visits the UK. In an interview with the BBC, Harry revealed he doesn't think he'll be able to bring his family back to the UK anytime soon. It was just before the interview aired that he lost that legal case trying to restore the full police protection he once had as a working royal. He explained that he'd really love to make up with his family. Life is short, and he does not know how much time his father has left. But still, his father won't talk to him. And it's all because of the security issue. Buckingham Palace responded by saying the courts had looked at this matter several times and always reached the same decision. A British court had earlier ruled that the government was not wrong in deciding that since Harry was no longer a working royal, he didn't automatically qualify for full police protection. A top judge, Geoffrey Voss, said he understood that Harry felt badly treated, but that didn't mean the decision was unfair in a legal sense. The court also noted that, because Harry chose to step down from his royal role and live mostly outside the UK, he now receives a more limited form of security when visiting the UK. That, however, isn't enough to demand full protection again. In the interview, Harry said the decision felt like a setup and blamed the royal household for playing a part in it. He believes the security issue is being used to control him. He also added that his father could fix the situation if he wanted to, not by interfering directly, but by stepping aside and letting the right people handle things. By now, if there is one thing to know about Prince Harry, it's that he somehow always manages to be knee-deep in controversy. And much of that started, or at least exploded, when he dropped his bombshell memoir, Spare. When Spare first hit the shelves, it was chaotic. The book was filled with raw, emotional, and, to be honest, scandalous revelations. He didn't just share his own personal struggles. He exposed the messy underbelly of royal life. And the royal family, for one, did not appreciate being thrown into the spotlight like that. This book is one of the major reasons why the royal family has chosen to remain silent in the current storm Prince Harry is facing. They've been burnt before, and they're not looking to get dragged into more drama. When Prince Harry announced he was writing what he called an intimate and heartfelt memoir, Buckingham Palace was reportedly bracing for impact. Fast forward to its release, and it became clear that they were right to worry. The book didn't just ruffle feathers, it plucked them clean. Spare recounts raw private moments and personal conversations that no one outside the palace walls was ever meant to hear. Take, for example, the jaw-dropping story shared by The Guardian. In one chapter, Harry dropped a bombshell about a violent altercation between him and Prince William. Yes, his very own brother, whom he refers to as my beloved brother and arch-nemesis. According to Harry, the tension came to a head in 2019 at his London home. William reportedly called Meghan difficult, rude, and abrasive, but he wasn't alone. Apparently, a good number of royals shared the same energy. At the start, it was all smiles. The family had high hopes. They thought Meghan and Harry were going to be this dynamic duo that carried the firm into the future. Instead, it played out like a royal disaster movie in slow motion. Having been hit once by Harry's shenanigans, the royal family is being extremely careful now, and that explains their current silence. King Charles is currently more concerned with maintaining the institution's integrity. In all of this, Harry has made it clear that he wants to protect his wife, his children, and his own sense of independence, even if it means staying far from the palace and those he once called close. This is rather doubtful, given that he has a tense relationship with his wife right now. It doesn't seem like this royal drama will end anytime soon. The public is waiting for whatever news from the palace. Do you think Harry can wriggle his way out of these scandals? And what will happen if he fails? Share your thoughts with us in the comments section. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more. Also, click the next video showing on your screen. You will enjoy it.